AM560theanswer.com. Now, from the Signature Bank Studios. If you're looking for the latest news, insight into what it means, and the sharpest opinion, there's only one station in Chicago where you can turn, and it's this one. We're AM560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan Proft here. Just updating that story in Dallas before we get on to our next guest. 3 people shot at the ICE facility in Dallas, including 2 detainees who were killed. Another person was injured in the shooting, but then the reporting is also that multiple victims are in critical condition, so it's unclear. Fog of, the immediacy of something like this as usual. It's a little unclear, the reporting in terms of how many people were injured, but there is the report that 2 detainees were killed by this sniper who shot from a elevated position and died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound as agents approached. Do not know the motive yet. Christy Nome posting on X, the shooter is deceased by a self-inflicted gunshot wound. While we don't know the motive yet, we know that our ICE law enforcement is facing unprecedented violence against them. It must stop. Please pray for the victims and their families. So continue to update that story as more information becomes available. Turning to happier matters, HM Manufacturing. HM Manufacturing, a success story from the Big Beautiful Bill. Nicole Wolter is the president and CEO of HM Manufacturing, and right here in Illinois, in Wakanda to be specific, a power transmission components provider in Wakanda. And she joins us now. Nicole, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me, Dan.
So the impact of the Big Beautiful Bill on HM Manufacturing, what was it?
Well, it's been amazing. So I would say starting in 2018, when this all kind of came about, we were really able to kind of upskill not just the employees, but kind of add on to newer technology. So we were able to take on new customers. We were able to do more intricate lines of power transmission components, so gears and such. And, when President Trump became president again, it was like the faucets were turned back on for manufacturing. And so even though there was a lot of requests for quotes, and you could see that a lot of the companies were starting to look at reshoring and those types of initiatives, a lot of us were kind of on hold because we were really uncertain of what was going to happen. And so now that we have this passed, we are now looking at purchasing, and we're actually kind of finalizing all of this. $650,000 worth of new equipment, which means more jobs internally, which means more skills, and being able to go after larger customers and keep manufacturing, not just in America, but for Illinoisans as well.
How many employees do you have at present?
We have 22.
Okay, so when you're talking, I just read a report on this, profiling you and HM Manufacturing, and the $650,000 investment in new machines, hiring 5 new team members is apparently what you're also projecting to do. But five new employees in a company that has 23. That's a big move.
It is, and it's exciting. And the team is looking forward to it as well because they start to see that we're growing. And I would say in the past few years, there was some stagnant growth. There really wasn't a lot happening. Certain industries were a lot slower after COVID. And so the team was a little bit nervous as to where things were going. And so now that they've seen all of this influx of machinery purchases and quotes and orders, they're excited. And to them, especially in the community of Wakanda, and having interns that get to come in, they're excited to see all of this. So it's really great for us.
And having a company that's that close to the Wisconsin border staying on this side of the Wisconsin border has to be exciting, too, and increasingly unusual.
It is. And, I will be honest, there's been so many other states that have approached us for moving and obviously for better tax purposes. But we're here for the long game. As painful as that is sometimes to say, we're really excited for being here. We have a great breadth of talent here in this city specifically. And so we're just we're going all in. And so being able to take people that are in Volo, Wakanda, Lake Zurich, and be able to have that is really great for us.
Give us the backstory on HM Manufacturing, your company.
Yeah, so my dad started the business in 1979. And I came on board in 2010, and we've been kind of kicking it ever since. We've been doing really well. We've been growing. My dad originally started doing more for the automotive sector. And then in 2008, 2009, we started to move towards food processing, beverage, packaging. Now we're really into aerospace and defense and marine. So we've really taken a big grouping of industries, and we've grown our product line, and as well as being able to do larger diameter parts and smaller. And so we're really versatile, and I think that's what makes us super unique is we've got a great team. My dad, who's, by the way, 82, still comes in every day. God bless him.
Yeah, typical family business, right?
Yet.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The founder wants to hang around. I get it. So your story too. I mean, you sound like you're a relatively young woman, and you decided you wanted to go into manufacturing. In terms of your professional life, how did that transpire?
Well, I actually was never supposed to be in the business. Isn't that ironic? So even though I grew up around the kitchen table, always hearing about manufacturing, I was kind of pushed to do other things. And then I was doing finance and chemical engineering, and I loved that. And then, of course, graduating in 2009 was the worst time to try to go and find a job. And while the business was kind of suffering a little bit, my dad thought, hey, why don't you come on board for a little bit, maybe learn some stuff, and then you can go off and enjoy your career in another industry. And honestly, that was the best thing. I never left. I loved it. I ended up learning precision machining. I went for classes, and I really invested a lot of my time into learning every aspect of this business, and it really served me super well.
Did you go? I mean, are you an engineer by education? Is that what you went to college for?
Yes, chemical engineering. Yeah.
Okay, great. And you're talking about hiring new people. I mean, one of the laments that we hear all the time, I'm sure you're familiar with, is the difficulty in finding people to work in manufacturing, even for good paying, high skill jobs that are available. Is that a challenge?
Yes, and it always will be. I think this is why I've opened up my doors for a lot of internships. So whether you're in high school doing a vocational program in machining, or you're in college looking to do engineering, I really have tried to get kids all the time, all year round, to try to figure out what manufacturing is and what it isn't, and try to change that narrative. And then we do apprenticeship programs. So I work a lot with the community colleges, a lot with the high schools, and we've been very fortunate that we've had a great kind of, I would say, assembly line of really talented people that really love manufacturing. And then we send them out for, whether it's CAD, whether it's for machining, to other associations that have that. And we pay for it 100%. And it's really great to see how they progress. I had one guy named Alex who came to me because of an internship, and he loved manufacturing and loved running machines. And he worked every machine out on my shop floor, and now he's an engineer, and he does all of our CAD. So it's really great to kind of see the progression of someone coming in and being like, oh, I just want to be on machines, and then being able to give them more. So we've been really lucky. And I think me being younger helps too. So we have a really young crew. The average age is 35. So that just kind of tells you where we're at. And my reading up suggests that you're involved with like the Technology and Management Association. So you're involved in sort of advocacy for the manufacturing sector in Illinois. Yes. So VIA, which is the Valerie Industrial Association, to TMA, Technology Manufacturing Association, AGMA, American Gear Manufacturing Association, and then I'm also on the board of NAM, which is where I do the most of my advocacy, which is the National Association of Manufacturers. So I stay busy. Yeah, all the associations. I mean, I know you like what you're seeing, or at least some of it, from the federal government with the big, beautiful bill and what that's going to allow you to do, as you were describing, in terms of the investment and the hiring. What about at the state level? What would you like to see? I mean, I know that, sort of not just sort of blue sky kind of wishes, but if there was one or two things that are, particularly commonsensical and theoretically plausible that would really aid your business and your sector, do you have thoughts? Yeah, so, we've been trying to work with the governor and some other state reps on trying to get better funding for training. Right now, it's really hard to go after those grants. It takes forever. You need someone to really be super staffed at understanding how to go after them, what you need to address and do. And so it'd be nice to be able to have something a little bit easier to have and to also be able to grab and for it to go a little bit longer. So there's so many right now, I would say, red tape of what you need and don't need. And so it makes it much harder. So I would say it'd be so much nicer to be able to have something where you could take all the money that as a business that you're investing into new employees or for interns for apprenticeship programs and be able to get some kind of kickback because it is expensive. And so I would say the more that we're able to invest into the employee and get some sort of reward, it'll be much easier to kind of keep manufacturing rocking and rolling.
Well, kickback is the right word. You're using the right terminology when you talk to politicians. At least you have that figured out. You know who you're dealing with. Nicole Wolter, President and CEO of HM Manufacturing, a power transmission components provider in Wakanda. Nicole, thanks for joining us and continued success with the business.
Thank you so much, Dan. And
Nicole joined us on the Turnkey.pro answer line.
It's like a hot, steaming cup of information to start your day. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
This is an urgent announcement for anyone that's $10,000 or more in debt. Before you